We don't ease into a practice. We don't ease into games. We're going to win with every little detail. Everything matters, okay? It's about finish. Stretch lines, let's roll. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
We're in position to win championships.
It's going to be a little higher, and I'm going to throw you right up there.
Orange County Registered Digital.
Hello and welcome to another Pac-12 edition of The Huddle. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. I'm being joined by our UCLA beat writer, Ryan Kartje. We're here on the campus of UCLA in front of the Bruin back here. He's roaring, but I think he's going to be excited this year, Ryan, because UCLA ranked, number 7 in the preseason polls. And, gosh, they are looking good. The returning Brett Hundley, who is a Heisman candidate. What is it going to take for UCLA to win the Pac-12? And they have national championship aspirations around here. Let's not get it twisted.
Well, I think it starts with, like you said, Brett Hundley. Obviously, the first real Heisman Trophy candidate UCLA has had since Cade McNown, and that was 16 years ago. So it's been a while, and obviously with Brett meant everything to this team last year. He led the team in rushing. Yeah. Which not necessarily a good thing. He also was one of the best passers in the Pac-12. He's got all the intangibles to make this offense one of the best in the nation. And at this point, it's really just a matter of whether he can make that leap forward in his third season under center.
Hundley, a Heisman candidate, as well as, I think, Myles Jack. I mean, this guy just stormed onto the scene last year as a running back, kind of caught everyone by surprise. But I think he might be used primarily as a defensive player this year. But if all goes right, is he another Heisman candidate for the Bruins?
He's definitely a potential dark horse at this point. I think it would absolutely take him getting some snaps at running back, which at this point, I'm not sure why they wouldn't. I know Jim Moore has been very hush-hush about it in the fall, as you would expect. He was very secretive about it last year. I think they are still, looking at him as a defensive player. At this point, he's been kind of a difference maker. He looks even better, coming in as a sophomore at outside linebacker. He's going to be one of the guys they really trust on that side of the ball. But if they do keep having issues with running back, which they had last year, you have to think that they put him in, especially in short yardage, goal line situations, because we saw, he's obviously a very talented running back.
Yeah, please, Jim Moore, play him at running back. He's just one of the most exciting guys I saw all of last season. Transitioning to the defense, Anthony Barr is gone, all-world defender last season. Who steps up this year?
In terms of pass rushing, I'm not sure they have that guy that can really step into that role. It looks like a rotation right now at the spot he's left, but it seems like they're probably going to go with more of a committee approach when it comes to rushing the passer. Guys like Aaron Wallace, guys like Myles Jack, like we mentioned, and fifth-year senior defensive end Owa Odigizua comes back after missing the entire year last year. So all these guys, in total, can replace that production. But this defense doesn't necessarily have that intimidation factor like maybe an Anthony Barr provided. But at the same time, there's also more of a toughness about this defense. You can tell just, every day in how they practice. The secondary is more confident. That was an area in which they were, very nervous last year. They have a cornerback in Fabian Moreau who's kind of emerged as a potential future first-round pick. So at this point, you might see a defense that's, all around more talented, probably tougher. But at this point, it doesn't necessarily have that, prime-time guy who can really intimidate offenses like Anthony Barr.
Also, Marsh is gone, Zumwalt's gone, so it's going to take a couple of guys to replace their activity out on the field. All right, our thanks to Ryan Kartje for dropping the UCLA knowledge. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis, and for more with the UCLA Bruins, make sure to check out the Orange County Register or log on to ocregister.com. Thanks for watching.
Orange County Register. We are here in the service of Orange County.